Hi, good morning traders, Andy Demi here. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a nice weekend. So I know I did. I had a very nice relaxing weekend with the family and kind of put charts away for the weekend. Started going through some stuff this morning and I was just thinking about things. And what I want to speak about today is actually something that probably every trader experiences that maybe isn't really spoken about that much. And that is when a profit feels bad. Okay, so what am I talking about? Well, it's really more related to leaving money on the table. Okay, leaving money on the table. So let me explain what I mean. Well, if you take a trade and you have an idea of hopefully where you want it to go and you have a target, but if you're like me, what I normally like to do is I kind of have zones and even multiple targets sometimes. So there are times where I make that discretionary decision when to exit. You know, should I take it out on zone 1 or zone 2 or zone 3? And, you know, depending on circumstances, I'll make that decision myself, okay? And so there are times where I might take a profit and then only to see the market just collapse and then go straight to the other target. Or even if it didn't just collapse, it eventually gets to the other target and you don't get back in. And you could have made, I don't know, instead of making £2,000 today, maybe you made £1,000 today, okay? And so sometimes, you know, that experience doesn't feel the best. And that really is a part of trading. And what you need to do is you need to change your way of thinking. Because ultimately, what are we in this to do? We are in this to make a consistent income from trading. And so that's the goal. Now, sometimes we get carried away on the one trade. Okay, so maybe we could have made a little bit more on a trade. But here's the thing. You're never going to catch everything, always. Okay? You'll catch everything sometimes. And for most people, very rarely. So you've got to almost accept that most of the time you will leave some money on the table. There's no doubt. You know, you can't catch consistently the whole move. So if that's the case, then what you need to be doing is building yourself up and preparing yourself for that. Look, I've got to make a decision. And I'm not Houdini. I don't know for sure. And so that's why it's a probability-based business. We're just making good decisions, hopefully, following a set way of doing things. And then you've got to make a decision, right? Where's the target going to be? Because obviously the bigger the target, the longer it's going to take to get there, the more kind of up and down in your P&L you're going to see. So sometimes you may just want to go for the easy move down to zone 1, okay, and just kind of bank it, especially if you had a bit of a slow month, just bank something. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. However, sometimes when you then see that market then just break to that next level, I'm sure you know what I mean, if you've experienced it, then you kind of feel, oh, I could have made a bit more. You know, I've left money on the table. Now, here's the thing that you want to do. If you feel like that, you need to move away from the screens until you don't feel like that. Okay, don't trade when you feel like that, because you're going to revenge trade now. You're going to try and chase, you know, making that money that you should have made. Okay, I've been there, I've done that. Believe me, it doesn't work. So sometimes it's better to almost forget about it. Okay, just switch it off, switch the computer off, go for a walk, go and have a coffee. If you feel like trading again, come back in the afternoon and trade, okay? Or whatever the case may be, or an hour later. And then start looking, as long as you kind of go back in, start looking fresh and start looking for opportunities again, absolutely fine. If you go in it thinking about, where you got out and what you should have done, and you're kind of bringing that emotion into the market, you're going to lose money. You're going to give money back. And it's not even the day's results that are going to be a problem. It's the week's results and the month's results, because now you are doing the things that all losing traders do. So the best line I'm going to give you today is change the habit and then the results will change. Change the habit of what you do when you lose money or when you give money back. Because don't go down that path, because when you go down that path, it's not even the day's result, it's what's going to continue to come from your trading overall, and you just won't even realize that that's why you've ended up going there. Whereas as soon as you stop it one day, that's great, but if you keep doing that day in, day out, keep stopping that bad habit, eventually there won't be a bad habit, and before you know it, your results are going to start to come through. Okay, hopefully that's given you some insight. You know, this is probably more for maybe intermediate traders and upwards, okay, but even for a beginner, it's good to start thinking this way. Have a great day, guys. Good trading. Wish you all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.